Hello, my fellow Scorpios. Welcome. This is the Rockstar Coach. Today, I am here with a love and relationships reading for you. And just as a reminder, this is a general reading for the sign of Scorpio, wherever that falls in your birth chart. And I do offer personal readings. So if you are interested in that, please check out the link in my bio. If you have ordered a personal reading and have not received it yet, check your junk folder because they have all been sent out. So sometimes they like to get stuck there. So let's get into it. Today I'm using the Spirit Animal Oracle, Work Your Light, the Soul's Journey, and of course ending with the Power of Surrender card. So let's get into it, Scorpio. What does Spirit have for you today around love and relationships? And I am just seeing that the candle that I just lit has gone out. So I'm going to ask what that means. Feels like perhaps you're feeling like your love candle has been burnt out. Let's see. So interesting. You have three cards that really complement one another color-wise. Let's see what they are. Worry. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And purpose. I know what I am here to do. So let's take a look at these. It looks like, and it's interesting that the candle went out because it really looks like, and maybe the candle was kind of like this burning, it was like a burning desire to, excuse me, to have something or someone in your life. And there had been some worry around it. There had been some concern about, am I going to experience this in my life? Am I going to experience this type of love, this type of relationship? Am I going to have a family of my own? All of those things that kind of center around love and relationships and family. Am I going to have, for some of you, I'm feeling too, like almost an envy of sorts when you look at people that are in like larger friend groups, because Scorpios, for the most part, we like to be in smaller groups. We like to be on our own. We're very independent. We like to, we don't like a lot of people close to us. And so sometimes it seems as though, we can look at people that are in these big friend groups and they're always going out and doing things together. They are always having parties together at somebody's home. And sometimes it feels like, oh, I really wish that I could do that, or that I was comfortable in that environment. But the reality is you're not. And thinking about it, worrying about, am I ever going to do this? Is this ever going to happen? You know that does not change the outcome. All it does is, really take your freedom away and your peace in the moment. So it feels like you're learning to, it feels like you've put out that candle. In other words, you have decided, okay, I get it. I don't need to focus on that. I'm going to shift gears. I'm going to shift my focus, and I'm going to shift it into freedom and purpose. I know what my purpose is. I know what I'm here to do. And it doesn't include certain things. And maybe you're not even that clear on whether or not it includes this or that. But what you are clear on is that whatever it includes is perfect for you. And so you're not in this space anymore, or you're being called to shift out of it if you still are in this space, the space of of kind of wishing for something that's just not you. It's like something that's outside of your authenticity. Because first of all, there is no freedom in that. When you're trying to be something you're not, there is no freedom in that. And so, because you are learning your purpose, or you know now what your purpose is, you understand that certain things may not be aligned for you. And that's great, because if you were to go down that path, it wouldn't work out to your highest good. And so you are beginning to become comfortable with that if you're not there yet. And that's a beautiful place to be, Scorpio. It really is. Because we can look around and say, oh, that looks really fun. But deep down, we know we would be miserable in that situation, or it just wasn't meant to be. Like, for those of you who don't have children of your own, you may look around at certain times in your life and say, wow, that looks really fun. Like the things that families get to do together, or the joy, or the pride that, some people take in their family. It's a beautiful thing. But if it's not meant for you, having children of your own would not be, hear me out, would not be the biggest joy in your life, because it wasn't meant for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not saying that children are not a joy. I know they can be. But if they weren't meant for you, then getting into a situation where you have children of your own, whether they're biological or otherwise, maybe you marry into them, or you adopt, or whatever, you may find later that you're thinking, okay, while I love my family and I wouldn't trade them for anything, well, maybe on certain days you would, but I wouldn't trade this experience. But I do see how my life would be different if I didn't have them, right? In the same way that if you don't have them, you can think the opposite, right? I enjoy my freedom, and I know my life would be very different if I had a family, if I had chosen to have children, if I did have children of my own, if I did adopt, if I did marry into a family with children, right? Or I was raising children. So I think you get my point. You're learning to embrace your purpose that's aligned for you, and not look around and think you're missing out on something that you don't have, because you understand that that just wasn't meant for you, at least not in this moment. Okay, let's move on. Squirrel spirit, believe in yourself. And this goes right along with this. It's like, believe in yourself, believe in your purpose, because your purpose right now may not be to have a family. It may not be to have a love relationship. It may not be to have a large friend group. Believe in yourself and your authenticity, and understand that it is perfect for you. So, a reminder again to not look around and wonder why you don't have certain things, why you don't have someone in your life, why you don't have a family, why you don't have a lot of friends. And you may have a lot of friends. These are just examples, right? So, it may be that you have a lot of friends, but you don't have any one friend that you would call your best friend, that you feel like you could count on for absolutely anything, that you could call at 4 a.m, and they would pick up the phone, right? So just believe in yourself. And this goes along like in relationships as well. When you're in any type of relationship, any type of partnership, a friendship, a colleague at work, a business relationship, a romantic relationship, a family relationship. Believe in yourself and what you bring to the relationship. What dynamics do you possess? What dynamics do you bring to the relationship that make it a well-rounded relationship? You know, oftentimes we can think of, oh, well, we need to look at ourselves and see what we bring to the table as far as what part do we play positively or negatively. And a lot of times we look at it in a negative way, trying to figure out how we can do better or make changes. And that's wonderful. But the energy I'm feeling here is much more positive. Look at yourself and understand what positive traits, what positive dynamic that you cause the relationship to have. Because a lot of times, Scorpio, you are hardest on yourself. And so looking at yourself and in a positive light and saying, yeah, I am the type of person that will do this, and I do bring this to the table, and I give this, and I possess this, and I show up in this way, in positive light. That's really going to help you understand your value and know even more of your purpose, and also not to worry about what you don't have in your life as far as relationships go, because you're going to understand that you have so much in your life that's positive. Okay, Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. Another one of the signs got this card as well. And this is very evident now. The energies that are swirling around in our world right now are really moving quickly. And this is why it is time to put that worry behind you and step into your purpose and your freedom. Believe in yourself, because now more than ever is a time that the world, needs you, Scorpio, to step into your purpose, step into your aligned path. Things are moving very quickly, and you need to be ready for them. Relationships could be coming in quickly. Relationships could be leaving quickly. And that's nothing to fear, because when you step into your purpose and your freedom, you know and you understand that everything is working out for you. So even those relationships that go by the wayside, that's perfect, because they needed to. And you know this. You know if there's a relationship in your life that doesn't need to be there, or that needs less significance, or that needs to take up less energy or time. And sometimes we need that little kick in the pants to get us to where we know we need to be, that we're meant to be, right? And sometimes the universe just needs to do it for us, because sometimes we don't have the ability really to do it on our own, because we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or we feel bad. We don't know, are we really making the right decision? What will happen if I don't have this person in my life, right? Or what will happen if I do enter this relationship? What changes will I have to make? And sometimes we question our freedom because of that. But just know that life is speeding up, and the things that are coming towards you and the things that are leaving truly are meant for you. If you are believing in yourself, if you are walking with your discernment and you're listening to your own intuition, you know that you are very intuitive, Scorpio, and you know what's right for you. Very few times in your life do you not truly know in your gut what's right or not. So this is just a reminder, if you didn't know this already, things are moving quickly. So let's all get ready. I'm going to pull one more from this deck. And it's interesting that those are very much of the same color palette as well. It's like, it's time to believe in yourself because things are moving quickly. And I'm looking at these cards while I'm shuffling, and I'm seeing this squirrel, and you know, excuse me, it's gathering the acorns, and it just feels like this is the reminder. It's like, yeah, now it's time to gather up all of your acorns. Like, get all of your abilities, get all of your get your whole self ready. Like, gather up all of your gifts, your abilities, because the world needs you right now, and the people in your world need you. And so if you have a small friend group, if you are not the type, which you're typically not, to have a lot of people around you, gather the ones that are there, because you are meant to lead the way. You are meant to be an example, Scorpio. You are meant to be kind of a patriarch or a matriarch of your group of people, because the world is shifting, the earth is shifting, and we are raising the earth's frequency. And some people don't know what to do. They don't know where to look. They don't know how to handle these energies. And I know that this seems like it's getting off of the love and relationships, but we are called to love others, right? And if we love others, we are going to lead the way and show them how to handle all of the happenings. Life is speeding up. Excuse me. We are going to be able to love people through the changes. And this is also a time where I'm also seeing that there are some relationships that some of you have, Scorpio, that just have been under some tension lately. And it feels like, maybe you've been at each other's throats a little bit, kind of doing this, and not necessarily clicking on all cylinders together. And it feels like that is starting to subside. Things are smoothing out, but it's because you are leading the way, Scorpio. You are coming into your relationships with much more understanding of what's going on the outside, as far as energy and things go. And you're also very good about perspective and in seeing, because of your intuition and because you are much more of an introspective type person. You go deep. You are able to see people for who they truly are. And meaning, if someone comes across as, egotistical or in some sort of negative way, maybe on the surface, you are the type of person, Scorpio, that can see why they're that way, because of this in their childhood, or because of this thing that they experienced, or this way that they grew up, or their economic status, or a health issue that they have had. So you're able, and it's not that it's a justification or a free pass for bad behavior. What it does is it just helps you understand where they're coming from. And so it also then helps you help them. It helps you understand them so that you can in turn kind of speak their language and help them get to a more peaceful place in their life. And in turn, your relationship with them is going to shift as well. So if you've had those relationships, and I know probably most of you have Scorpio recently, and let me know in the comments if you've experienced this lately, the relationships that are just like kind of this, doing this, those with your help and your leadership, those are going to start to shift. So you can have some encouragement there. And Swan Spirit, take a deep dive. This is you all day long, Scorpio. Nobody needs to tell you to go deep. Nobody needs to tell you to take a look inside, to dissect things. This is your nature. So this is you. And look at you. You are a beautiful swan. You are a beautiful swan. And this is you, because exactly what I was just saying, you go deep. You understand people on a deep level. And that really helps you in your relationships. It really, truly does. Now, sometimes it can get you into trouble, Scorpio, because some people don't take it in the way that it is meant. Some people think you're analyzing them, or like you're playing psychologist or whatever. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. But this really does help you if you keep it in check, and don't try to butt in and stick your nose where it's not wanted, or where you're not asked for your opinion. But it does help you understand others and be a better partner in your relationships, whether those are love or family or friends or even, co-workers. So keep on being your beautiful swan self, Scorpio. This is the Work Your Light. I mean, I just feel like the name of this, Work Your Light, Scorpio. A card may not even come out because I'm just feeling that very strongly. Just work your light. You are light in this world, Scorpio. And a lot of people, they don't know how to take you, Scorpio. You even get sometimes a bad rap. Yeah, I'm not feeling that anything wants to come out except work your light. You sometimes get a bad rap because people think, the dark, mysterious Scorpio, what are you hiding? What are you keeping? What are you keeping to yourself that might come out to bite someone, right? To sting someone, which you do have that capability. And I can say that because I am a double Scorpio. So I know this. However, because of this work your light, because you are light, that is not your intention. Your intention is to be light and love in the world. And it's not until you feel that you are backed into a corner that you will come out with your stinger, right? And so by understanding and using your own intuition, you can keep yourself from getting backed into a corner. And so this is really just a reminder with this Work Your Light. It's a reminder. You are light, and you can kind of, I guess the energy feels like you can kind of change the way people perceive Scorpios, the way that they perceive you, because it's almost like you're going to surprise some people with how peaceful and calm and elevated you are, how awakened you are. So that's just it's a beautiful message, really encouraging you to just be yourself. And this goes back to purpose, right? Work your light. That is your purpose, Scorpio. That is your purpose. All right, we are going to get your final cards here from Power of surrender. What does Scorpio need to surrender or surrender to when it comes to love and relationships? Spirit, what messages, what final messages do you have for Scorpio? Okay. First, right, surrender to your full power. Scorpio, you are powerful. You know this, but you don't always believe this 100%. You know this. You've been told this. You actually feel this. But sometimes it is hard for you to believe it. And when you don't 100% believe it, you don't put it into action. And so this leadership role in love and relationships, and quite frankly, elevating the Earth's frequency, you've got this. You are on the front lines of this, Scorpio. You are ready to take charge of your love life, of your relationships. And the interesting thing, I'm going back to this candle, it's almost as if you're not putting as much pressure on yourself when it comes to your relationships. And that's a good thing because you're intense, Scorpio. And so when you are focused on something, you give it 1000%. And sometimes you can focus so much on one thing that other things in your life can suffer, right? So when you put all of your attention on relationships, maybe your business or your finances or your health goes down, right? And so it just feels like you're taking the pressure off. And this comes back to that worry. You're just not worried about it anymore. You're taking the pressure off of yourself because you know you are meant for big things. And when you step into your full power and you live in your authenticity, believe me, your relationships will prosper. Your relationships will benefit if you take charge and not take charge of the relationship as far as you control it, but you take charge and you lead the way in love and light. Okay? And then the next and last card is surrender to non-action. So right now, it feels like you are in prep mode, right? You know your purpose, you are on your way to freedom, and because you know your purpose, you are freeing yourself of worry and all of the pressure, right? You are gathering up your gifts, you're gathering up your people, because you know things are about to take off. You're stepping into your power. You're taking a deep dive. You're stepping into your power. And right now, you are taking this all in and you are preparing for what's coming next. You're preparing for that love relationship. You're preparing by showing light and love to those around you. And you really, truly are leading the way. So, beautiful, beautiful time for you, Scorpio. I know that sometimes in these readings, we want to see something happen, right? We want to know, oh, okay, am I going to get married? Am I going to have a family? Am I going to create this new business relationship, right? But right now, this is a time of calm and peace for you because you've had this going on, right? You've had that tension, and now it's time to calm the seas. So it's really a beautiful thing. You should be really thankful and grateful that this is what's coming in for you, Scorpio, because there is no need to be doing this with others in our life. Let's create some peace and spread that light and love out into the world, Scorpio. I'm counting on you. We can do it. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Please like this video if something resonated for you and leave me a comment. I love reading and responding to all of your comments that you leave. And of course, I am growing this channel. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to do so. And then make sure you're getting notified when I put out new material. On the horizon, I am going to do an energy clearing for love and relationships, all of this energy that has come up in these readings. And then next on the list, I am feeling a general reading for mid-month of July through August. So be watching for that. Thank you again for being here, Scorpio. It means the world to me. And until next time, take care.